We're here at Summer NAMM 2015 on the Dynamount booth with John, who's going to show us a robotic mic stand. So John, it's not the first robotic mic stand out there, is it? But
no.
So what's different about this one?
Well, we're the first commercial line of robotic mic stands that we know of. We know a lot of other producers have had the ideas, other people have had, and we've had so many people say, oh, I thought of that years ago, and they just never got around to doing it. The other producers that we've seen, you'll see the other stands on YouTube. If you want to get one of those made, one, you'd have to figure out how to make it yourself, and two, it's probably going to be expensive in the thousands of dollar range to make something like that.
Yeah.
Also, ours is the first that actually is just a mount, so it attaches to any microphone stand that you have. It's not just a whole bulky unit, so you can put it down low on a guitar cab, you can raise it up high on an overhead, and attach it anyway. It's very flexible that way.
Okay, so what can it actually do then?
So the main things are, there's two huge benefits. One is being able to control from your control room and listen to the sound changing as you move it if your sound source is in an isolation booth. But to me, the biggest advantage is the fact that you can save presets, so you can save multiple mic positions, and then you can click back and forth and A/B each mic position very quickly and extremely precisely, which is impossible to do by hand. So even for the people who say that, you know, I don't need this, I can move my mic by hand, you can't move it back and forth by hand and be 100% accurate.
Okay, and so how many different degrees of movement does it have?
So we have, there's a few different models. There's at least two, there's either a single axis model that just moves left and right. Then we have that same model with rotation on top of that. And then for our deluxe models, we've got forward, backwards, left and right, and rotation on those. And you can also manipulate it. You can angle it vertically so it can go up, down, left and right. You can have it horizontally to go front, back, left and right. So it's very versatile.
And the range of movement is how much?
Right now, each arm is about 6 inches of movement. Rotation, we're doing between 180 degrees to 360 degrees if we could think of a good use to have it be able to rotate all the way around.
And how do you actually control what it's doing? What are you using?
So it's controlled via a free app. It's available. It will be available for iOS, for Android. It'll be a web app for computers. Pretty much anything that can connect via Wi-Fi.
Okay. And instantaneous control, presumably?
Yeah, there's very, very little latency between pressing the button and it moving.
Okay, and so how much is it going to cost then, and when's it going to be available?
So the range of price we're looking at is for the base model, the single axis, no rotation, we're shooting for around $199 to $249, and for the full version with two axes of motion and rotation, somewhere in the $599 to $649 range. We're hoping to be in full production by the end of the year, and we're hoping to get everything out to our Kickstarter backers who really supported us. Hoping to get out to them by October, sorry.
Cool. And one last thing, how heavy is it?
The mount itself, the big version, weighs somewhere in the neighborhood of 4 pounds, 4.5 pounds, the big one with rotation. The single one without rotation is probably about 2 pounds.
Okay, so you need a fairly reasonable mic stand to keep it up, but
yeah, you do need a sturdy, but we have put it on some, you know, cheaper mic stands and it holds up pretty well. So
okay,
as long as you got a decent stand, it will support it.
Awesome, great. Thanks very much, John.
Thank you.